So I'm not gonna lie, making a video like this is somewhat difficult for me because I feel like this sort of fitness response meme type video can come off really wrong and come off somewhat petty. But this subject is something that I'm pretty passionate about, and it's the absolute statements that are consistently made by what we're just going to call functional coaches. I don't really know what else to call them. These people who are purveyors of the idea that the methodologies that they coin as archaic or old school are causing injuries and leading to dwindling athletic performance. The main reason why they talk about these archaic or old school movements in a negative light is so that they can sell you, quite literally sell you their methodologies. And I'd say the number one target of the criticism is Olympic weightlifting. And for some reason, the back squat to full depth or the front squat to full depth, the deadlift, pretty much all foundational exercises for strength that involve a barbell or maybe a dumbbell, those are wrong too. Let's watch this video.
Hey guys, I want to talk about this Olympic lift. I want to show you guys why this decreases our athleticism and why it increases our risk of injury. And also why this is reverse movement, how this seeps into your nervous system while you're moving forwards.
All right, so notice how I said the convoluted way of speaking. Reverse movement seeps into your nervous system. Anything that uses very challenging words and is very hard for someone to explain is not really worth knowing. If you can't explain something simply and to the point, you don't have an understanding or an overarching understanding of whatever that thing is.
So let's take a look at the athlete at the top.
By the way, let's look at the athlete at the top. He's snatching 180 kilos. I want everyone to go wherever they train and load up a bar with 180 kilos. Just load it up on the floor and just try to move it around a little bit and tell me how difficult that is. Now this athlete snatches this. That's near 400 pounds for those of you that speak in American freedom units. Anyways, let's go on.
We're gonna watch his foot and ankle complex as I play this video in half speed. Toes flip out, heels flip in, knees collapse. Alright. Toes flip out, heels flip in. We also notice this athlete literally lands behind his starting spot. So he physically moves backwards, right? I mentioned reverse movement technology. That along with throwing the hips underneath your rib cage.
Reverse
right?
movement
technology. This is the same as the high jump. This is the same as a backflip.
It's not the same as a high jump, and it's not the same as a backflip. You don't know the snatch. It's not the same as a high jump, and it's not the same as a backflip.
It's not the same.
The foot and ankle complex collapse inside ankle bone low, and the knees collapse into valgus as he absorbs the load through the joint segments. Right? Pull it back, drop down, ankles collapse, knees collapse, drive through the heels, inside edge, hips and feet still stuck in external rotation. Get to the top.
To a successful lift, right? You can argue that those movement patterns, the ankle, the valgus, the ankle-knee complex, whatever, just say that the foot goes into valgus and the knee, or the knee collapses, whatever. You can argue that those aren't ideal movement patterns, but you can't argue against a 180 kilo snatch. And you can also not use that snatch as a reason to diminish an entire style of training. That's insane.
At the bottom here, we have a CrossFit athlete at the CrossFit Games.
Just a CrossFit athlete, not like Matt Fraser, the 4-time champion.
These reps, right? A bunch of Olympic lifting reps. So,
different movement, clean and jerk.
We're going to watch this athlete at the bottom walk away from the barbell, and we're going to see how this reverse movement technology we talked about at the top seeps into forward locomotion.
So this
athlete at the bottom
technology
goes to take a
reverse movement technology. These guys are the kings of pseudoscience, of just classifying their own methodology and just It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Step forward and we notice the heel swivel in and the toe swivel out, right? That same external rotation in the hip that was used in this lift on the way down and on the way up is being used on the way down and then again on the way up, right? You notice that heel swing in.
I don't
right
get
there.
that point at all.
Now, if you perform enough of these Olympic lifts, you're essentially programming your subconscious to move in reverse forwards. Why? Because you have done so many reps that this has now become the default system. So when your body is in a fight or flight situation and it's time to move and put your foot in the ground, your body's going to go to reverse movement technology because you've done 1,000,000 Olympic lifts and your hip has never
1,000,000
completed the rotation.
All
Hip
right.
is stuck in external rotation.
All right.
The athlete we see at the bottom.
Enough of this. The thing with these guys, from what I can understand with the GOTA people, is that external rotation of the hip, which would lead to the knees being pointed outward and the toes pointed outward, is wrong in every occasion. That may be true, maybe not, but these false equivalencies, these these false prophetic statements that they make across all of their Instagram are really actually damaging, like I said before. And it's interesting too, because if you've seen a successful split jerk, which Alex just put right up here, you'll see the back toe will be pointed in and the front toe will be pointed in. Okay.
All right, everybody, Coach Gill, go to movement.com, saving the world's connective tissue. So what we have is super athletes, right, tearing up their connective tissue. And of course, it always starts in the weight room and it starts in the lifestyle. So we talked about the center here, towards Achilles.
You've torn your Achilles, you're laying up in bed, and some ass clown wants to point out that, hey, of course you tore your Achilles. You've been moving improperly your entire life, you dipshit. It's the system that's getting us. Again, these guys put on their tinfoil hats and act like conspiracy theorists. The old school, the archaic is destroying athletes. We're irregular movement patterns, all of this shit. But at the basis of it, it's to sell their own product. I guarantee you, if we go to this website, GOTA, whatever the hell it is, they're going to be selling something. I don't know what it is. I haven't checked it out, but they're going to be selling something. But anyways, here we go. Check this out.
And you just see the horror show that is Inside Edge toe off. And they teach this in the biomechanical, medical, gobbledygook schools, right? They teach
Okay. There we
People
go.
just can't
There
get
we
off
go.
of it
Well,
because they've been teaching it.
Inside toe off, whatever. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care about what your terminology is. But did you catch that part at the end where he said they teach it at the medical, the biomedical gobbledygook schools? Okay, the tinfoil hat is in full effect. It's like a bunch of Eddie Bravos are running these. They're like, man, you gotta look deeper into it, man. Have you looked into it? Have you looked into the biomedical medical gobbledygook schools? Because some pretty crazy shit, man. They're pushing some shit that they're trying to injure these athletes. Luckily, we know. Luckily, we are woke. Woke coaches. That's what we're gonna call them. Woke coaches. It's time to stop. Hey, Ethan from H3H3, give me a nice and loud. It's time to stop. Because this is it's jack shit pseudoscience. And again, people are gonna pick up on it because the algorithm on Instagram and the marketing, all you gotta do is just pump money into it and people just click on it like, oh, interesting. This is why that center tore his Achilles. It's probably from back squatting. I'm gonna go on this website. I'm gonna type it in here. Oh, GOTA means greatest of all time athletes. Talking about tribes. Talking about how we used to move. You know, the Crawling Baby Tribe, Indigenous Tribes, Super Athlete Tribe, and Aging Goda Tribe. You know, here's a formula to selling your functional methodology. Tell everyone they're broken. Tell them that children are fantastic movers, and then when they go through their lives, they're broken. And tell them that people who are unaffected by modern civilization, indigenous tribes, they are unaffected by problems like this. Tell them that all of the athletes, the super athletes, these guys that they're listing right here, they're all phenomenal athletes. They all move properly. And then tell them that old people that do this are living really healthy lives into their older age. Tell them tell everyone that they're moving properly and that the people listening aren't. And if they want to be like these older people, that they should start listening. I'm just waiting to see, I'm scrolling down here, I'm waiting to see where they're selling something. Oh! Here we go. Pre-movement fundamentals video course. $200. GOTA groundwork video course. $200. GOTA merchandise. Let's see the GOTA merchandise. I'm sure this is great. GOTA groundwork mats, otherwise known as a yoga mat, is $40. 6-degree slope and 11-degree slope to stand on, $65. So yeah, here we go. At the basis of all this, the person is just trying to sell something. Anyways, I hope that this wasn't too petty of a video. If it is, I apologize. But again, this is something that I'm passionate about. You could just think that I'm just an idiot ranting here. I want to see what you guys have to think about it or have to say about it in the comment section below. If you like the video, if you like this channel, subscribe and like the video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.